good evening is going to be the start to this one today. It is past midnight and I am prepping some gear for tomorrow. It's Saturday night, technically Sunday morning, and I've got to shoot at 1 p.m. today, Sunday. But I've got to get some gear prepped because I've got church in the morning. So I'm going to church at 10:15 and then got to come home and pack up the car and get to the shoot. And I want to make sure I've got everything prepped. This is the sports masterclass shoot, and it's for a new client that I've worked for before. And so I really want to make sure I do a good job on this, show up prepared. It's a big deal. So I'm really trying to make the most of this and give it my all. So I've got some stuff that I'm prepping tonight. I'll give you a little quick tour of that. So we are back in my basement. Again, I don't have my own space. I'm still somewhat fresh out of college, so I'm living with my parents still. So I do not live in my parents' basement. I live in my parents' second floor, if that's any better. Anyways, I've got some C-stands, the feet here. I've taken them off of the C-stands because my car is not long enough to fit full C-stands, so I take the feet off. But actually, literally earlier today, Saturday, I was in a wreck and my car got smashed pretty hard. It was not my fault. It was actually entirely the other driver's fault, but all is well. Everything's fine. Anyways, all that to say, I usually take the C-stand feet off because I have to, because they don't fit in my car otherwise, but so I keep them separate in this milk crate. And then the rest of my stuff is somewhere under here. So we've got some modifiers and reflectors and soft boxes and stuff. So I got to sort through all this and get all the stuff out of here that I need. Let me take you around the other side. You can see some more of the stuff. So in here, I've got a crate of just a few random things. And then this is my rolling stand that I'll need. These are all the tube lights. I don't know if I'm going to go with these or not. They're nice and portable, but they can die on battery. So we'll see if I'll probably throw them in my car just in case, but I'll probably just go. I don't even know if I'm going to bring this big softbox. Yeah, I don't know. The gym lighting is probably going to be pretty bright, and I'm probably just going to use my 200 watt light, which is here. Definitely gonna need this, so I'll get that out in a second, but I'll show you guys when it's tomorrow what I end up going with, but I'm just gonna bring a bunch of stuff and see the space first. All right, so we have started the car loading process. It is now Sunday morning. I just got home from church. We've got all our C-stands in, so I'm now making probably 10 more trips in and outside to get everything else out to the car. Looking forward to having my own space, as in my own house / condo, wherever I end up living. And keeping a lot of this stuff in the garage, especially like C-stands, rigging, all that stuff. Definitely going to try and keep that in a place where I can get to it easily and I can get it into the car easily. Because going up and down the stairs, every time I need to load my car, for all this stuff sucks. Okay, the last couple things to pack are my two Pelicans. So I've got my A case and my B case. This one's got pretty much everything camera. These are all my essentials. So I've got I usually pack my A cam since I just have one FX3, but this is the FX30 actually packed up since the FX3 is fully rigged and ready to go there. So this is FX30. This usually is where my monitor goes. Portable light, drone, a few accessories, SD card holder, bongo ties and other rigging stuff, 50mm lens in case I need that, NPF batteries. This is all my audio stuff plus extra camera batteries for the FX30, and my Zoom H6, lav mics, drone controller, more portable lights, and then cables and accessories here. And then this is my B case. This thing does not have these dividers that I made in them. It's just kind of all tightly packed in, but I mean, literally nothing's going anywhere. So, but this is my microphone, my shotgun mic, and then down there is my 70-200 that'll go on the FX30, XLR top handle. And then honestly, like these two things, I'm not going to use at all. They're just packed in there to, to make sure nothing moves around. V-mount batteries, a few extras, and other things. So again, this is more of the extras case in here, and this is more of the essentials. So I'm gonna pack up these 2 cases. I'm gonna grab my A-cam, my sticks, and then my B sticks, my iPad, and we will be good to go. Also these tennis balls for the C-stands. So I'm gonna grab this stuff, pack it in the car, and then we'll be good to go. At a red light. So as you can see, we are fully packed with everything. And again, if I'm missing anything for this shoot, that means I don't own it, because I'm pretty much bringing every single piece of gear I own. The last thing I want is to show up and not be prepared or not have something that I need, again, especially for a client that could be pretty big and could be future work, could be, you know, big connection. Still don't know who this potential famous person is. Again, I'm probably not gonna be able to share that information, but you know, it is what it is. I'll keep you guys updated on like whether it's, you know, LeBron James or someone I've never heard of before. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. So I made a quick stop to pick up some extra stuff from the school where my dad works, to just grab some extra stuff. I had sandbags on back order. Don't ask me why I don't own my own yet. But I have them ordered and they got delayed. So I picked up a bunch of sandbags, and then I also grabbed this 300B because it was available. So I'm just gonna have an extra light. I've got my 200 watt bicolor light here, but I'm gonna grab a 300 just in case this isn't strong enough, or in case I want to light from 2 different angles in the gym and it's too bright. This will just give me another option, which will be nice. Then the sandbags will keep everything stable. And then of course we got our tennis balls here to put on the stands to make sure we don't scuff up the gym floor. So let's get to the gig. So I'll let you guys know now, I honestly didn't get a ton of BTS during the shoot. It got pretty hectic pretty quick. We were not really on a time crunch per se, but I didn't want to, you know, make him wait for longer than I had to. So I, you know, just set my phone up on a tripod and got a time lapse. But the gym space was pretty well lit. So I just threw the 300B that I borrowed with a big lantern attachment on my rolling stand. That way it'd be mobile, since I knew that was the light I was going to be using pretty much the whole day. We started out with the interview portion where the coach shared kind of his story. So I put a boom pole up with a Sennheiser MKE 600, and then I did a hair light. You can see me setting up the newer light dome. And that light is out of frame, but that's a 100D. And then you can kind of see the setup here with everything kind of put together. And then this is a little bit of what the final frame looked like. I know he's looking down, but don't want to show his face too much. But this is what the frame kind of looked like. And then we had a B-cam shot over wide. You know, it was a cozy little setup for an interview. There you can see the secondary light. And I think it turned out pretty well. After that, again, I didn't get a ton of BTS during this shoot. We moved into something a lot more complicated. Here you can see me shooting the third thing we did, which was social media videos. And I just went handheld with the FX3 since I already had the wide lens on there. But yeah, we did some social media videos, but in between that, we had to do some coaching segments similar to masterclass, like instructional segments. And right here, you can see me walking to and from the iPad that I had set up with all the scripts. But yeah, those coaching segments were tricky, and I'll have some thoughts on those and how the whole shoot went later. So we just wrapped and just brought everything up out of the basketball court. Unfortunately, it was down that staircase over there, which looks very ominous, but we were not able to, I wasn't able to use my cart, so I had to hand carry all of this. Luckily, the coach I was filming with was happy to stick around and help me carry stuff up as well as bring stuff down at the beginning of the shoot. So, but this is everything I brought with me on this day. So we got camera and tripod. That's for my phone for behind the scenes. Second tripod for B-cam and all this stuff here. So I don't know, man. I really think that there was a lot of room for improvement. Not necessarily on my end. I felt very lost. In the fact that there was no director or producer from the company that is going to be making this. I had a single meeting. I found out about this gig within the last 2 weeks, so it's not like there was a lot of lead time. and I was hired as a videographer. And again, I have had situations before where I've been hired as something. Like I had a gig where I was hired as a DP. That was the initial ask, was for a DP, and it ended up turning into I was producing and directing pretty much all at the same time, a live stream for hundreds of people. I mean, it was like I had to source all the equipment, and I had to source not just the cameras, but the live streaming equipment too. And I didn't have to do audio, but like there was just a lot more than what normal DPing would have entailed. So I've had gigs before where one ask has turned into a lot, and it's hard because it's like, yes, I can do those things, but that's not exactly what you're hiring me for. So it's a hard thing. And I think this was definitely a scenario where more was asked of me in the moment than was asked in the hiring process. And that's something I want to really take a look at and figure out how to minimize, so that something like this doesn't happen again. And I say that as in what basically happened was I was DPing, I was audio, I was directing, I was producing, I was on script. Like I was having to do all of those things, and be a true one-man band. And again, it wasn't just like a videographer could have shown up with a camera and done these things. Like they needed like a lot of things, and there was no director or producer on site. It was me and the talent the whole time. And so there were a lot of aspects of the whole shoot that just happened that I really think need to be smoothed out for me to be interested in working with this client again. When I was here the first time, I decided it would be fine to carry all 6 of these sandbags to my car. I am doing it a little bit easier this time with the elevator and the cart. So closing thoughts on the day. I really don't want to come across as someone who's complaining. I'm thankful for the opportunity and thankful for work, but at the same time, there were just some decisions today that I shouldn't have been making. I'm not the one editing this. I'm not the one producing this, and I am not the client. And there were decisions that I had to make today because there was no client present, that I felt like I shouldn't have been making as just the freelance videographer, freelance DP. And so I'm planning to send an email tomorrow to follow up with the client and see if we can hop on a call just to kind of help smooth out their process, assuming they're going to hire more freelancers in the future. So I want that interaction with them and the freelancers to be good. I want any future interactions with me and the client to be good. So I'm just going to take that step and be that bold person, and hopefully they're appreciative of it. And again, I'm thankful for the opportunity. It was a fun day. It was a fun shoot. I just want to make sure that things go smoothly in the future, and hopefully I'll get more work from it.